Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Pour Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright, now we'll be here on today, Mr. Roll Up. Well, for this one, I'm gonna be telling y'all about one of the security guards. Hold on, let's bag it up a little bit. Okay, so a couple videos ago, y'all remember when I told y'all about the hood attacking the security guards? Yeah, this is about one of those security guards. You know what I'm saying? All right, so one of those security guards that got jumped, right? He was a white guy. I know that sounds crazy as hell. I don't remember his name, but it was a white guy. He looked like y'all remember that movie Martin Lawrence and the white guy. I want to say Blue Street. Was it Blue Street? Um, damn, no, it wasn't Blue Street. When he was a security guard, when Martin Lawrence was a security guard, and the cop pulled him off. I can't think of the name of that movie, man. But his name was Martin Lawrence's name was Earl in that movie. You know what I'm saying? He was the first one with the Glock with the switch on it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the name of the movie, but the white guy that was with him that ended up becoming his partner and all of that shit. This security guard that I'm talking about looked just like that white guy. He looked just like him. You know what I'm saying? All right, now we got that understood, right? So you got this white cop. Well, damn, he wasn't a cop at the time. This white security guard that worked at an all black high school in a black city in Detroit, you know, in the hood, all of that, right? He was the only white cop. Damn, I keep calling him a cop. I mean, he is a cop. Fuck it. He was the only white security guard there. So, you know, everybody picking on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck is this white guy? What the fuck he doing in the hood? And, you know, woo, woo, woo. Like, he's scared. He a bitch, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, everybody punking him type shit, right? Okay. So now fast forward to tape. That fight that I told y'all about, that shit broke out, right? He was one of the security guards that got his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? All right, now we got all that understood, right? So let's move forward. Um, I'm gonna say this was around 2009, 2010, maybe late '09 going into 2010, something like that. So we gonna hop in that time capsule. Let's go back to '09 going into '10, right? This time, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? Um, Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the picture in the thumbnail just in case y'all never seen this picture of this car. It's in my post, but you know, some of y'all probably ain't seen it, so it's gonna be in the thumbnail, right? This was my Crown Vic I had back in that time. That was 15 plus years ago. You know what I'm saying? I was young on the block, you know what I'm saying? Not even old enough to get in the bar yet, right? But my whip on smash, my shit sweet as hell. I got money. I got this good job, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing good. I'm on the block with the guys. Like, shit, life was great. You know what I'm saying? So the whip on smash. I'm 20 on 22s, you know what I'm saying? Two-tone paint, you know what I'm saying? Sounds beating, all the hoes on me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm feeling good, you know what I'm saying? So of course I didn't power it up. Here I am flying down the mile in that bitch, right? Flying down the mile in the Crown Vic, you know what I'm saying? I'm riding up the street, and you know, one of the side streets, you know what I'm saying, to come off of what can you say, a residential street to get on the main road, right? While I'm riding down the main road, a cop was coming down one of the residential streets, you know, to get onto the main road that I'm on, right? So while I'm riding past, the cop coming up to the stop sign, boom, mind you, I'm flying. So I'm like, damn, this cop see me flying on the street. I'm about to get flicked, right? Mind you, at the time, my license suspended, all of that. I told y'all, I got my license in 2007. My shit been suspended since then. You know what I'm saying? So here it is, '09, '10, 2.5 years later, my shit still suspended. At this time, I done been in jail 4, 5 times, got my car took from everywhere, all type of shit. So I know the program. You know what I'm saying? So when I ride past the cop, I'm like, yeah, he about to flee. And I'm in this damn unique ass car flying down the street. He about to flee me, you know. So he hop out, he pull me over, right? He pulled me over. I'm getting prepared. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go to jail, about to impound my car, all type of shit. I'm sick. I'm calling the homie like, hey, I'm about to go to jail, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it took the cop a minute before he got out the car, right? So he get out the car, he come walking up. I'm looking at him from the driver mirror, right? I'm looking, I'm zoomed in. I'm like, that's that security guard. You know, they used to work at our school, you know, back in high school days. I'm like, oh shit, he know who I am, so I'm gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying? He come walking up, right? He like, yeah, you were speeding back there and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm like, I just gotta call my people in the hospital. I'm trying to hurry up and shoot up there right now. Woo woo. I'm like, oh man, you remember me, from high school? Like, now I'm trying to finesse my play, you know what I'm saying? He like, yeah, I remember you. You like license, registration, proof of insurance. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, man, my license suspended, man. He like, okay, cut the car off, step outside the car. All right, you know what time it is. So I get out the car. He get to pat me down and shit. He bring out the cuffs. I'm like, whoa, hold on, what you want? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you ain't ran my name or nothing. I just told you my license suspended. Like, I could be lying. He like, well, okay, you're not arrested right now. You're just being detained. Okay, cool. I done been through that a bunch of times, so I know how that works. Sometimes they just detain you for the second, strip your car and all of this shit, take the cuffs off of you, hit you with a lecture until you get the fuck on, right? So, okay, this might be what's going on. Nah, he searched the car. He came back to me. He said, okay, you going to jail now. You said I was just being detained. Yeah, you was being detained for the second. Now you going to jail. He walked me to the cop car, right? Threw me in the car. Called the tow truck, come get my shit, everything. When the tow truck pulled up, I lost it. I'm like, dog, come on, man. Like, nigga, you know me. You know what I'm saying? Why is you playing with me like that? Woo, woo. I'm in the back seat, cuffed up and shit. He like, I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. This my job. I do what I gotta do. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, damn, this nigga just all the fuck out of me. Like, okay, it ain't nothing I could do about that, right? So it was what it was on that. So he took me to jail and shit. I go to jail, all of his cop homies there, they all surround, they waiting on me to come in. So evidently he told them, like, yeah, I got one of them niggas from the hood that jumped me back from high school days, on some shit like that, right? So we get there, all the cops taunting me, all type of shit, right? Crazy as hell. So they put me in the cell. Boom. Next morning, I see the judge. I was in there on the driving on suspended. So the judge kicked me out the door, you know what I'm saying, let me go. I get out, I go get my car out the impound. Boom, I'm back on the streets. Fuck that bitch ass cop. Out here doing my thing, right? Okay. So a second time, I come flying up 7 Mile again. I didn't got flicked on 7 Mile so many times. Like, I got so many getting pulled over on 7 Mile stories. It's crazy. So I'm coming down 7 Mile again, right? That cop, I didn't know it was him, but he was on 7 Mile too. He was going this way, I'm coming this way. He busted a U-turn, pulled me over, right? He was in an unmarked car, so I didn't even know that it was him. He was an unmarked boy, flicked me and shit. This was like a week later, you know what I'm saying, from the first time he pulled me over. He like, man, you out here again? You still doing the same shit, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, man, whatever, dog. You called me, what you trying to do? Because I see that, he ain't going to give me no type of leeway. He going to take me straight to jail. So it ain't even no trying to go back and forth. Like, yeah, you know what it is. Do what you going to do. He said, you know what? I'm going to give you a break today because I'm on a mission. He like, you see me in this unmarked car. I got some shit going on. So I'm going to let you go today. He like, I see your car out here again. I'm towing your shit and I'm taking you to jail. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever, man. I was fried. So really, I ain't give a fuck. I'm like, go ahead, get the fuck away from me. You done already took me to jail on some whole shit. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, like I was saying, he was the security guard back in the day, and he turned into a Detroit cop. I don't know how he did it, but That's how he did it. He became a damn Detroit cop, right? He catch me on the streets. He always fucking with me every time he see me. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the second time he let me go, right? All right, whatever. So now I'm really feeling untouchable. You know, he go a third time. I'm coming down Greenfield, going towards 7 Mile, going northbound, right? So I'm coming from 6 Mile way. I'm flying up Greenfield, going towards 7 Mile. So at this point, I'm at like Greenfield and like Clarita, right? Right before I get to 7 Mile. That's the side street, right? I'm flying down Greenfield. I get damn near to 7 Mile, right? Damn cop coming off one of them side streets again. Here we go again, right? For a third time. Here we go. Well, I'm riding up to see the cop because I know he clocked me and everything. He got his damn speed gun out and all that, right? So while I'm riding up, he dropped the speed gun because he got my speed at this time, right? I look, it's him. The same cop again. So by this time, I'm like, dog, he must be stationed over here because he just been in this area. Now, this third time, literally probably was like 2 weeks after the second time he pulled me over. So all this was within a month, right? He done flicked me 3 times within a month, right? Okay, so when I ran past and I see him, I'm like, dog, this nigga again? Like, what the fuck? Pulled me over right there on Greenfield, right? Came with the same shit. He like, every time I catch you, you just flying down the street. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Woo, woo, woo. I'm like, look, man, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Do what you got to do. Like, I'm on his ass. I'm mad because he took me to jail that first time. So I ain't doing none of that being nice shit. Nothing, nigga. Do what the fuck you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So he like, okay. He like, this what I'm gonna do. He was like, since you can't stay out of that car, I'm gonna take you from you. But I ain't gonna take you to jail. He was like, I'm gonna just let your tickets, warrants, like, I'm gonna let all this shit keep building up on you. But I'm taking your car. I'm like, all right, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Do what the fuck you do. So while he calling the tow truck, I call my homie. Boom. Hey, come get me. I'm on 7 Mile Greenfield. Woo woo. So my homie come whoop up, right? When my homie come pull up and shit, me and him out there kicking it. He get to going off on the cop. Like, dog, you just picking on a nigga because you know you used to get fucked up back in high school. Woo, woo, woo. Like, dog, it got wild. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the tow truck pull up, right? When the tow truck pull up, the dude, the tow man, hop out. You know, he getting ready to hook the car up. I'm looking at him like, this nigga look familiar. You know what I'm saying? So I walk up to him. I'm like, hey, man. He looked up at me. Guess who it was? It was my auntie's boyfriend. I done told y'all about my auntie before. My auntie Lenore. She was the pretty girl back in the day. You know, she was that. She was like the Keisha Cole of the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Light skinned pretty girl. That was her, right? Even though this was the 2000s, I'm just saying she was like the Keisha Cole of the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was her prime time. Like, you know, what can you say? Late 80s, 90s, going into 2000. That was her prime time. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I look at the dude and I recognize the dude. The dude was my auntie Lenore's boyfriend. I didn't know that he did towing or none of that. I just knew him because I got invited to a barbecue that my auntie was having one time. I came over there to the barbecue. That's when she presented her new boyfriend to everybody, which was this guy, right? So now he towing my car. I'm like, oh shit, this my auntie boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? So I'm running up on him. I'm like, yo, what's up? Woo woo. He looked at me like, oh shit. He like, this your car? Woo woo. Mind you, the cop is in his car. So the cop don't hear the conversation between me and the tow man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, man. I'm like, this bitch ass nigga keep pulling me over. Woo, 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 you know? He like, look, man, he like, call Lenore. He like, just call her. I'm like, all right. I called her. I told her what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, your man here towing my car. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hook it up. Woo woo. She like, okay, I'm gonna call you back. So she hung up. She called him. She said what she said to him. He hung up. He like, all right, look. He like, you and your boy, y'all just follow me back to the block. I'm gonna drop your car off on the block for you. Swear to God, on my kids, on Beezy, on my life. I don't lie, y'all. No, I don't lie. This is no fucking lie. I swear to God, on my daddy grave, I don't lie. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, y'all just follow me, back to the block. He like, don't trail me because the police gonna be looking. But he like, just follow me back to the block. I'm gonna drop your car off for you. I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? So I get in the car with my homie. He like, dog, what the fuck going on here? I'm like, nigga, tell me why. That's my auntie boyfriend. He like, what? I'm like, bro, I swear to God. He like, look, he said he just told us to follow him back to the block, about to drop the car off, right? So we pull off. We pull off like we gone. You know what I'm saying? We hit a couple blocks. Boom. We come up a side street where we knew he was gonna ride past up 7 Mile, going back towards the block, to drop the car off, right? When we seen him ride past, we hopped out. We followed him all the way to the block. He pulled up on the block. Swear to God, on my block, on Burr Road. He pulled up on the block, dropped the car off right there on the corner where we hang out at. So when we pulled up, some of the guys on the block, they looking like, the fuck going on with your car? Dude dropped it off the tow truck. It was like, man, just give me what you can, bro. Woo, woo. He like, shit, my pocket's fucked up too. Woo, woo. I'm like, shit, I got $100. He was like, bet, that'll work. I gave him $100. He jumped in his tow truck and he pulled off. Technically, he was supposed to take the car to the tow yard. You know what I'm saying? But back in this time, this was like before the technology became real strong like that with all these extra cameras and all of that shit. So he didn't have no cameras on his tow truck. So he was able to just drop it off wherever he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And this was his personal tow truck. I don't know how he had it hooked up with the police or whatever, but that's what the fuck he had going on. So he was supposed to took it to the damn tow yard, but he dropped that bitch off on the block. True story, man. Again, I got homies that can vouch for this shit. I don't lie about nothing I talk about. You know what I'm saying? So when he dropped the car off, he pulled off. I'm kicking it with the homies. They like, dog, you got your car dropped off on the block. Like, what type of shit is that? Like, dog, that was some history ass type shit, right? Okay, so now that happened. Boom. Go on by my business, right? With that being said, it's a few months later. This late 2010, right? It's when Beezy died, right? Okay. All of this time that went by, just months that it went by. And I ain't ran into this cop that always keep flicking with me, fucking with me, nothing. I ain't ran into him in months, right? Okay. So when Beezy died, I followed the ambulance to the hospital that they was taking Beezy to. Because mind you, when Beezy got killed, broad daylight, all that shit, I was in the hood. One of the homies pulled up on me, told me Beezy got shot at the gas station. Get up there. So I hurried up and shot up there. The gas station was like 2 or 3 minutes away from where I was at. So when I pulled up to the scene, Beezy laid out on the ground, stretched out. You know what I'm saying? The police, the ambulance, everybody around them, the yellow tape everywhere. So of course I couldn't get too close. I just got close enough, to see him. I'm like, you know, and I told him, I'm like, nigga, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And he looked up at me and shit, and he closed his eyes, and like a whole bunch of blood came out his nose. So they call themselves trying to clean up all the blood and all this shit. I'm like, man, that ain't no good look. You know what I'm saying? So after that, um, they finally picked him up. They put him on the stretcher, put him in the ambulance. I followed the ambulance to the hospital. They took him to Sinai Grace. Everybody from the city, y'all know about dying out Grace. Everybody go there, they die. Y'all know, you know. So when I seen them coming up Schaefer, going back towards 6 Mile, because this happened off of 8 Mile and Lasher area. You know what I'm saying? We took 8 Mile up to Schaefer. When they bust that right on Schaefer, I knew they was taking him to Die Now Grace. So I'm like, dog, come on, man. So anyway, we get up there, right? They take him in. I didn't have $1 in my pocket. Swear to God, I didn't have nothing on me that day, right? I wasn't expecting this, Of course, you should always have some money on you, but I ain't had no money on me at the time, all right? How about that? So when you pull up in Die Now Grace, you got to pay to park. And I didn't have no money for parking. So I parked my car on a little side street, up in that little hospital complex. And for those of y'all that ain't been up there, y'all know this little street I'm talking about. It's a real little bitty tiny street, and they got a whole bunch of no parking signs all up and down that street on both sides. It's no parking, no parking, no parking, no parking, no parking. Like they telling you don't park your car on this street. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only place you can park your car for free. But they got all these signs letting you know, don't park there. You know what I'm saying? Man, what? I ain't give a fuck. My boy just got shot the fuck up. Nah, I don't give a fuck. So I park my car on that street, all that no parking shit, right? I go in the hospital. I told them who I was there for, all that. They like, yeah, we just brought him in. We got to get him set up, blah, blah, blah. After that, we'll let you know when to go see him. So I'm like, okay, my boy made it big. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the hospital. I'm happy. I'm happy my boy made it. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be straight. Next thing you know, two cops swing the corner and they come walking towards me. You know what I'm saying? The two cops that came walking towards me was the one cop that was the security guard that kept flicking me. That didn't flick me 3 times already. You know what I'm saying? It's him and one of his partners. So I see them walking up to me. Mind you, I'm heated. I don't fuck with this nigga at all. He got me fucked up. Fuck him. Right? He come walking towards me. He like, hey man, what you doing here? I'm like, what? What do you want, man? He like, well, we got a call that you came up here, you know, with the ambulance. I'm like, yeah, that was my boy in the ambulance. He got shot. I'm here to support him. He like, put your hands behind your back. What the fuck am I putting my hands behind my back for? I am here to support my boy. My boy just got shot. What the fuck is you talking about? He like, put your hands behind your back. So while that's going on, I forgot to throw this in there, but y'all that know me, y'all know how this went. I didn't say this before. But at the scene of the crime, right before we left to go to the hospital, one of the guys was up there. And he was there when Beezy phone fell out his pocket. So he gave me Beezy phone. He like, I know you is bro, you know what I'm saying? So here, take his phone, right? When Beezy dropped his phone, see, the way how that happened was a car pulled up on them. The person in the car got to shooting at them. Beezy hopped out the car and tried to run. The person that was shooting shot him up too. You know what I'm saying? While he was running away. So while he was running away, his phone, you know, came out his pocket and it was blood on his phone, right? So when dude gave me the phone, the screen was cracked and there was some blood on it, right? So while I'm at the hospital, Beezy phone got the ringing right before the cops got to cuffing me up. You know what I'm saying? I pulled that bitch out. Boom. It was Beezy older brother, P. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling him, I'm like, hey, Beezy got shot. Get up here. Woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? Bang the line. Right while that was going on, the cop looking at the phone, he like, why is there blood on that phone? I'm like, this is my homeboy phone. It was at the scene. Yeah, put your hands behind your back. Boop, boop. Cleaned me up, right? Took the phone, all that shit. So when they cleaned me up, they took me to the car. He like, yeah, where your car at? I know you drove up here. Where's your car at? Mind you, this is the same cop that inflicted me 3 times in the past odd amount of months, right? I'm like, man, I don't know where it's at. He like, you got a real unique car. We about to ride around this parking lot and find it. Sure enough, as soon as we pulled off, they seen my car parked on that side street with all that no parking. The cop laughing his ass off. He like, man, this is the easiest tow I ever had in my life. So of course he called the tow truck and they came and got the car. Not only was I suspended, but I parked on the damn street that clearly say no parking. So he had all rights to tow my shit. So he took me to jail and towed my shit after my boy got shot up. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now they took me to the homicide unit. The homicide unit is on Grand River and Schaefer, right next to that McDonald's. That's the homicide unit. You know what I'm saying? So they took me there. I'm in the cell. I ain't tripping. I'm like, man, it's a suspended license. I'll be out tomorrow morning. You know, I know the program, right? So the homicide unit, they pulled me out the cell maybe like an hour or two later, right? They pulled me out the cell. That's when they told me my boy died and all that shit. You know, I didn't spoke on that. So the whole time I'm thinking that he made it, but he died. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in jail. My car impounded. My boy died. I'm sick. You know what I'm saying? Next morning I see the judge. The judge let me out because it was a driving on suspended. But my boy is dead and my car is in the impound. I had to go get my car out the impound. I had to get ready for a funeral. It was just bad. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now we got all that out the way. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. What a wrap up is, right after him, that cop, right after that situation with my man's getting killed and all that, I told you I went to prison. You know what I'm saying? While I was in prison, why was that cop that was a security guard at our high school that turned into a cop a couple years later? Guess what he became after that? He became one of those investigators on the first 48. So now I don't know if first 48 is still on the air or however it go or whatever, but he went from the security guard to a cop to an investigator on first 48. He was serious about that whole police world. You know what I'm saying? He became an investigator on the first 48, man. Type of shit was that. But this is a true story, man, and this is what happened. One of them security guards, they got whooped by the hood. He came after me years later, man, and he wouldn't stop until he got me. You know what I'm saying? He was with all his shit. So how about that? It's been another episode of Roll Up a Power Up. So get your blunts rolled and your Drake for it.